Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stamp and demonstrator. I come to you live Monday evenings and bring you a card and show you how to make one. So, hopefully, this works. I think I have everything all figured out. So, hopefully, tonight will be good. Good evening, Mom. Thank you for joining. So, I'm getting ready to leave again. We're out of town. We'll be back again Friday. So, I'll have another live next week, next Monday. So, we'll be good. I decided I wanted to do a Halloween card. Everyone's kind of getting ready for Halloween in the crafting world. So everyone's kind of getting ahead. Some are even doing Christmas cards. I did not want to do Christmas yet. I'm not ready for Christmas. We have to do in session. So we have to do Halloween, and then we do Thanksgiving, and then we do Christmas, because I'm just not ready to go quite that far into Christmas. So yeah, I'm not ready for Christmas. So I picked Halloween, and we have a suite that's online, and it's called Spooky, and where is it called? I was doing other things too today, so oh my goodness. So it's called Spooky Suite Collection. Sweet. And it is so adorable. This is the stamp set. So you have these cute little characters. So this is a kitty cat, and then this is the dog. And the dog is dressed up like Frankenstein, and the cat is dressed up like a witch. So I chose to do the cat. And then has all these fun sayings. Happy Halloween, spooky, don't worry, eat sweets, no tricks, all treats. And either one could hold the pumpkin, but basically he holds the pumpkin and she holds the witch, of course. And then the die sets go with it. And then it comes with these really fun stars, and they're like squishy and they're all sparkly. So who isn't in for sparkles? And you also get this really fun paper, and this paper is, oh my goodness, this is one side that we used, and we use the other side, but it's paper, and then it's also these tags. So these are all tags you can cut out, and then the other side is like just plain paper. And then there's like a scene. You can cut this out, and you can use each individual one, and you can put that on a card. And then other sides. So they're all really kind of fun, different kinds of paper in there as well. And then I haven't used this, which is amazing because it's kind of purple, but it's pinkish purple, but it is kind of purple. It's called Petunia Pop. But I did think that this card really called for a ribbon. It just didn't seem like it. So I got the idea from Julie Davison. She did this card, and I just thought it was really fun. And so I did the card like she did, and it turned out really cute, but then I upped it for my next card. So, because when I did this, you know me, I like my layers, and yes, this card is layered, but I even liked more layers. So I even did some more layers on the second card. So I changed it a tiny bit, but I colored this, and then I stamped all this and cut this all out. And then on the inside, it says Happy Halloween. And then, of course, we did the envelope. So I did some of the coloring already, but I did leave some coloring so that I can show you our Stampin' Blends. So here's our little kitty cat. That's a witch. It's so cute. And you can pick any colors. But the colors in this are, in the paper are Daffodil Delight, Petunia Pop, Black, Pumpkin Pie, and another color. So I did this in the Daffodil Delight, and then I did this shirt in the light Petunia Pop. And then I'm going to do the skirt in dark Petunia Pop, which I thought was really cute. And it does make it a little bit different color. So our Stampin' Blends, they have like a painter brush and then like a point brush. I prefer to do the painter brush, but you can do the pointer brush as well. Oh, thank you. I know, isn't this a super cute card? So I like to use the painter brush, but the pointer brush, a lot of people prefer to use. I just think this one just goes a little bit easier, but it just is all up to you. You can use whichever one you want, whichever works for you. I mean, it all works. So it just, whichever one you like to use. And I mean, I just think it just colors nice and it just goes really fast. So I just do that one. Make sure it clicks when you close it. Then for the face, I chose to do gray. You could do, I mean, a cat is any color, but I just wanted to do gray. So I did light smoky slate, like around. So I did like all around. You know, it just like fills in. I just think it just colors so nicely. And up there. And then I did everywhere but the nose, and I did darker in the nose. And then I did the tail. So there's the tail. So I'm going to do the tail. And then on mine, I did the outside of the ear, and then on the inside of the ear, I did dark. But I think I'm going to leave this one white on the inside. I'm going to leave that one white. All right, so, and then I did the nose with the dark smoky slate. And since it's such a small one, I used the little point one to color that. So, boop. And I think I'm going to color the little, I think I left them, but I'm going to color those in. All right, so now we need to color the little broom. Again, you can color the broom any color you want, but I chose to make it brown just because, and I used the light pecan pie, and I did it all brown. So I just did this little, just because it made it quick and easy. But you can do any colors you want. But those are the Stampin' Blends, and I just love our Stampin' Blends. They're so amazing. So I changed this up a little bit, and I went with my card base is black. I went with the same direction just so that it flowed nicely, but I did 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And so we're going to go ahead and I do. And so this time, since I wanted a little more, I don't know, I wanted a little more on the outside. So I took my pumpkin pie and I gave it some texture. So I used our 3D embossed brick and I textured that, and I'm going to put that on there. So, but before I do that, we're going to build that, but I want to stamp the inside of my card. So I want the inside to say Happy Halloween, and I'm going to stamp that in black. So I'm going to use, where did I put my tuxedo black? Or did I do it in orange? I think I did it in orange because I want the, yeah. I did it in orange because I want the bats to be black. Where's my orange? There's my orange. And I did it in pumpkin pie. All right. Let's try not to get anything on the inside this time. All right. Stamp that down just a little bit so I can get the bats on there. Okay. And here's these bats. They're so cute. Got to make sure I have them the right side up. Nice thing about our photopolymer, as you can see, and I have a blotch there. I don't like blotches. So it may or may not stamp on there, but I don't like to take a chance. And so I don't know how I got that on there, but my goodness gracious, I really got that on there. All right, we're gonna have to just start all over because I don't like that on there. Nice thing about the photopolymer is you can see them. So I must have pressed a little hard. So let's just tap until I can see that they're all stamped and I don't have blotches. All right, let's try that. There we go, much better. Okay, that's the first thing that we're going to stamp. Now we're also going to stamp on our circle, which is the moon. And I already cut that out. So I did have a punch that is 1 3/4. It's not in the catalog. So you probably have to search for one or cut one out, or we might have a die that might be that size, but I did have one that's 1 3/4. So we're gonna, oops, I have it upside down again. I inked this up and now it's like really mushy, but this doesn't want to like, okay, I don't know that these are gonna really be inked up. That just about like right there. Okay, that actually does look pretty good. All right. Now we are going to stamp something else in there. I'm done with that one. All right. So this can go on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the inside. That'll look really nice inside there. Been crazy busy today, trying to get ready to go away. And this weekend, yesterday was my husband's birthday. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? And he's like, well, we're just so busy. We don't have time to go do anything. So he sat in his garage all day, which is what he likes to do. So he did what he wanted to do. So that was good. All right, so we're going to build this. Actually, all right, so this piece, this is so cool. So this is the candy piece, and that piece is it's the candy piece, but turn it over and it's the black piece. And this measures 1 1/4 by 4 1/2. And so I'm going to put down the candy piece first. Oh, wait, sorry. That goes on the envelope. I'm getting my pieces mixed up. I'm like, that's too big. 1 1/4 by 4. That's the black piece. But the candy piece is 2 by 4. And that is probably not going to be the same now. Well, yeah, it should be. Yeah, because it's still the same piece. Okay. I just embossed it. So now we're going to make this 1 1/4 by 4 1/2 piece. We're going to make it a banner. So in the middle, we're going to cut up, make a slit up. Can't see me, sorry. Let me move up a little bit. We're going to make a slit, a cut up the middle a little bit. And then we're going to cut from this corner to, and you can't see this, so I'm going to make this, I can't see it either. So we're going to make a cut from this corner to where I cut. And then we're going to cut from this corner. I did it much better yesterday. To there. Yesterday's banner was much better. All right, not bad. That's how you make a banner. So let's glue this down. See if I can't work with this. I don't really want to glue that down yet though. You want to glue these pieces on. You see me? Okay. Let's glue this piece on about 1 inch or so down. All right. Then we're going to glue this piece, glue the right side. So we want to put the glue on the candy side. And we're going to move it over about 1 inch. There we go. Oh, that looks really good on that. All right, now we're going to put this. Oh, I need my, actually have to put this on our little piece here. We have to build this now. First, let me put this on my envelope so that it dries. And we can cut that while, oops, this is running out of glue. Okay, now that way it'll dry while we, okay. So we're gonna build this. So I'm gonna move this aside because so we're going to glue this, and we're gonna glue this a little off. So I don't wanna put glue on this side. So I'm gonna kind of flip this over and know that I see I had used bits and pieces from something else. So I'm going to put some glue, and I'm going to not glue all the way over. So, and I'm going to hang that off. So that's going to go like that. And then I cut out the fence that's in the dies. And the fence is also going to hang off. So I'm going to flip that over, and there's a right side and a wrong side. The wrong side, you probably can't see on the camera, but on the wrong side, you can see that there's like the back side of a fence. The front side, it looks finished. So we're going to flip it over. I'm only going to put dots of glue, like on the top of the post, here and here, and in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. That will hold it plenty because it hangs off the edges. Okay. There we go. All right, and then we have our little person, but we have to, I forgot to put the broom on her. So cute. So a little dot of glue. I put the broom on. Okay. And then I put dimensionals on. Okay. And then we put that on. Still kind of wet, so we want to be careful. So our flight leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So I'm pretty much thinking I have to get up at like 1 in the morning. It's kind of crazy. All right. Whoops, it's a little bit crooked. There we go. All right, now I want to see where I want to stamp my little sentiment. So it is no tricks, all treats. But I'm going to have to move this up because that little thing, I put mine out a little bit more. So I'm going to have to move that up more than I wanted because this is going to be, well, I could put it up underneath, I guess. So all right, so it's going to go about right there. I tested it to make sure that it was going to stamp on, it does stamp on there. I just don't think that I had a good, I can see I didn't get all of my ink off of there, and that's why it did that. But it does kind of look kind of cute. It does look kind of spooky-ish. So, and then again, I put dimensionals on the back of this. I should have pressed just a little bit harder on the bottom. But it does look very nice. It just gives it a little bit more dimension. Okay. My hands are sticky. All right, so let's kind of get this. Oh, good. That's going to go pretty. It's squarer than I thought. I didn't think it'd be even, but it's more even than I thought. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to put this on, and I'm going to glue it on. Yay. Okay, so we always want to put a little extra glue when we're working with embossing folders, just to give it a little bit of, make sure that it does stick. Okay, there we go. I like the added. All right, so I'm going to flip this over and rub this on so that it'll help stick it, because I have all that stuff on there and it's hard to do that. So that will help stick that on. Yay! Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I like the added background texture to that. And then we're going to put some of these really cute stars on. They're squishy, so they squish and then they come back to life. So that's kind of nice about them. All right, and then we're ready to get this, cut this for our envelope. My scissors are sticky again. So we no longer have our snips. Our manufacturer isn't making them, so they hope that someday they can bring back something similar to our really good snips that we had. And I didn't see that, and so I didn't even get a chance to order a really good snips. I loved them. It's kind of sad, but that's the way it goes. All right, so here's the card. And here's the card that I made earlier. So you almost can't tell, but you can sort of tell that there is it looks two-toned. Would not know the stamp was not to be. Oh, yeah. So this was just darker. Had I pressed a little bit more, it probably would have been on there a little bit more. But still, you know, it does give it a little bit more depth to it. So I did like it. I did test it. I didn't press hard enough on this one, but it does look really kind of cool, I think. I do like this one better with the two tones. I do like it, you know, me and my layers. So I do like having the layers there. I did enjoy that. And this one, there's nothing wrong with it. It does look good too. But I do like having the layers, even though this is layered. But I do like having two layers on the card. I like that. So But yeah, she did a great job and I really liked it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to give this a try. And then later on, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. I have an idea. So sometimes I just get playing with it and then I grab another idea. So, all right. Well, I will see you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Monday with another new idea. Yes, thanks, Mom. Yeah, both are good. Yeah. Well, I will see you next week. Have a great rest of your week. You can get in touch with me if you need anything. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Thank you.